Morning class, Coach Day again. We're going to go over the questions for the STAR review today. Make sure you've already done your STAR the STAR PowerPoint and your STAR chart. You filled out your formulas before you do this. Answer all the questions first and then finish watching the video. So if you have not done these questions, push pause on this video, do the questions, and then push play when you're ready to see the answers, okay? Push pause now. All right, so I'm going to start out with question number 11. It says, which expression is equivalent to x squared minus 17x minus 60? And you see all of our answers are in factors. So I'm going to use the x method. A times c on the top, b on the bottom, and then we're going to take both our factors and divide it by their a value. Now let's plug it in with our numbers. Our a value here is 1. Our b value here is negative 17. Our c value is negative 60. So we've got 1 times negative 60, which is negative 60. Negative 17 goes to the bottom. And then for our factors, our a is 1, so they're both going to be over 1. I've got to now take this a times c, which is negative 60, and I'm going to factor it out. Remember, when you factor, just factor out the numbers. Imagine it's positive first, and we'll put in the negatives at the end. So divide it by 1. 60 divided by 1 is 60. Divided by 2, 60 divided by 2 is 30. Divided by 3, 60 divided by 3 is 20. Divided by 4, 60 divided by 4 is 15. You can divide this by 5. 5 times 12 is 60. You can divide it by 6. 6 times 10 is 60. When I check, it is not divisible by 7. It is not divisible by 8. It is not divisible by 9. And then I get back to 10. So I can stop right here. Now, when they multiply together, I got a negative, and when I add them together, I also got a negative. So one of the numbers is going to be negative, and since when we add them it's negative, it's got to be the bigger numbers. So I'm going to change all of my bigger numbers to negatives and add them up until I get a negative 17. So this comes out to negative 59, negative 28, negative 17. So those are my factors. I'm just going to double check and do the rest of them. This comes out to negative 11. Negative 7, and negative 4. So it is definitely 3 and negative 20. Now we check to see if we simplify our fraction. Now you do want to leave it in fraction form, so if 1 is on the bottom, leave it in that form. Don't divide it out and make a whole number. Put your letter on the bottom, and then write your factors. Our first factor, this is positive 3, so it's going to be x plus 3. Our next factor is 1x minus 20. So it is answer A. Now, I'm going to show you an alternate method if you're really struggling with this x method. Since each of these had both factors written out, we can put this in our calculator. So I'm going to go to my y equals, and I'm just going to type in my factors as parentheses x minus 20, close parentheses, and parentheses x plus 3. I'm going to test the answer against my graph of this one. So x squared minus 17x minus 60. So when I hit graph, I see those lines go right over each other and they overlap. So I know this is my answer. And when I type in the rest of these, you're going to see different lines in different spaces, which will eliminate all of them. So the alternate way, if you have both factors and you have the entire quadratic, you can put them in your calculator and check it that way. All right, let's move on to the next one. Which expression is a factor of this? Make my X box. A times C, which is 21 times negative 20. And that comes out to negative 420. And the bottom value is 13. Our A value here is 21. And let's factor out negative 420. I know that seems like a really big number, but it still factors the same way. 1 times 420. 2 goes in there 210 times. And then I'll just use my calculator for the rest of these. 420 divided by 3 is 140. Divided by 4 is 105. divide this by 5. Get 84. Keep going. Let's try 6. 6 goes in there 70 times. Let's try 7. 7 goes in there 60 times. Let's try 8. Nope. 9. 420 divided by 10 goes in there 42 times. Nope. 11 doesn't go in there. 12 goes in there 35 times. We're almost done. Let's see, 420 divided by 13. Nope. 420 divided by 14. 30 times. Let's try 15. You can see these numbers getting smaller. We're getting closer to our answer. 28 times. Let's try 16. Nope. Let's try 17. Nope. Let's try 18. Nope. Let's try 19. Let's try 20. And we get 21. And obviously, when we hit 21, that's our repeat. Now, they multiply together to get a negative, but they add together to get a positive. So my smaller number is negative. And I need to see what is a difference of 13. Well, 13 and 15 is 28. So put in negative 15 and positive 28. We can simplify those fractions. This, I can divide them both by 3. I'd get negative 5 over 7. On this one, I can divide them both by 7. I would get 4 over 3. Your bottom number gets your letter. So our first factor is 7x minus 5. Our next factor is 3x plus 4. So 7x minus 5 is a factor. On our last question, we have something that says, which expression is a factor of this? So it's already giving us these factors. I'm going to go ahead and use the X method to find the other factor and see which one of these is going to match. So A is 9, B is negative 4, C is 1, A times C on top, 9 times 1 is 9, B on the bottom, negative 4. So I'm going to factor out 9, see what adds up to negative 4. So we've got, 1 times 9 and 3 times 3. So we don't see an immediate factor of something that's going to multiply together 9 and add up to negative 4, because only one's going to be negative. It's going to be the bigger number. When I add these together, I get negative 8 and 0. So there are no real factors.